as a girl, I was a girl, of course. As a girl growing up in Orange County, the mere thought of Hollywood Boulevard seemed like I don't know, a mysterious dream that would never come true. And one summer day, Mom and Dad piled us kids into the car with a nice surprise treat that turned out, and this is the truth, to be an actual empty parking space near Grandma's Chinese Theater. That's way back in the day. Anyway, each one of us was dazzled by the sheer wonder of the building. I mean, look at this. It's just amazing. And I remember Mom took Randy, my brother, and my sisters, Robin and Dory, around the amazing structure, which it is amazing. Don't you agree? Anyway, Dad pointed out Jack Benny and Abbott and Costello's footprints. And it was really mind-blowing for Dad to be able to see his favorite stars. In my secret heart of hearts, I just wanted so much to be part of the wonder-filled world called, of course, Hollywood. And so, I don't know, it's just amazing that I'm here right now. I'll get back to the speech. I'm enjoying looking at all of you.
So the news, October 11th, when it actually landed, it just felt, well, huge, historic almost.
Yeah, it really did.
The confirmation that Diane Keaton, the icon, Oscar winner, just the absolute definition of that quirky, independent woman for decades, had passed away, 79.
It felt like a landmark vanishing overnight, didn't it? Just a fundamental shift in the Hollywood landscape.
Totally. And then almost immediately the tributes started flooding in. Social media everywhere.
And what was really fascinating, looking through all of it, the obituaries, the retrospectives, those really personal posts, was this very specific picture of her that started to emerge.
Right. It wasn't just about the films, was it?
No, not at all. It was about this kindness, this gentle power she had, and the specific people she, lifted up along the way.
Exactly. Welcome to the Deep Dive, everyone. Today we're digging into that legacy, really focusing on that theme. Diane Keaton's gentle power and the people she lifted up.
Yeah, we want to sort of unpack how she became this blueprint for being radically authentic. And this is the interesting part, even when the projects themselves didn't exactly work out.
Which leads us to maybe the most powerful tribute, the one that really cut through all the general sadness.
Mandy Moore's post. It was so specific, so personal.
It really was. She posted this still from a movie set. And the words, wow, you could feel the emotion. She wrote, and this is the key part.
They say, don't meet your heroes, but I got to work with one of mine and even call her mom for a few months. An honor of a lifetime.
Powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she added, what an incandescent human Di is and was.
Let's just sit with that for a second. Hero. Calling someone your hero in Hollywood, that's a big statement.
It really is. It implies more than just admiring someone's talent.
Exactly. It suggests Keaton was like a guide, a model for how to navigate that whole crazy industry with some kind of integrity, a blueprint, like you said.
An incandescent human. That's not just nice or talented, is it?
No, it's more. It suggests this radiant, unique, maybe slightly kooky light. Something inimitable that just affects everyone around her.
Yeah. And then there's that bit about getting to call her mom. So tender.
It speaks volumes about the bond they must have formed on that set, doesn't it? Film sets are intense places, long hours.
Totally. Relationships can get very real, very fast, blurring those lines between colleague and, well, something deeper.
Which makes you immediately ask, okay, so this life-altering connection, this hero worship, what film was it? Must have been a classic, right? Annie Hall, maybe the Godfather connection somehow.
That's the twist, isn't it? Because the film that forged this incredible bond wasn't a celebrated masterpiece at all.
Nope, not even close. It was how do we put this gently? A critically malign romantic comedy.
So this profound connection Mandy Moore describes actually grew out of a public failure.
Which is just fascinating, right? That dissonance. Yeah. How does the process create something so meaningful when the final product was seen as well? Pretty much. Okay, let's reveal it. For anyone who doesn't remember or maybe blocked it out, the movie was Because I Said So, 2007.
Oh, right, Because I Said So. Yeah, the title kind of says it all, doesn't it? Classic overbearing mom territory.
Totally. Keaton played Daphne Wilder. She's this pathologically anxious mom of 3 daughters. And she's obsessed with making sure her youngest, Millie, that's Mandy Moore, doesn't end up alone.
So what does she do? The most logical thing, obviously.
Obviously. She secretly places a personal ad for Millie online, interviews the guys herself, picks one, tries to engineer this meet-cute.
Naturally, it all goes horribly wrong. Millie ends up falling for the musician guy Daphne specifically rejected.
Yeah.
Classic rom-com setup.
Yeah, a love triangle unfolds, but really the heart of the movie should have been that mother-daughter thing between Keaton and Moore, Daphne and Millie, that push and pull, the love underneath the interference.
But that's exactly where the critics just pounce.
Oh, they savaged it. We have to be blunt here based on the reviews. It was brutal. Rotten Tomatoes, a cool 3%.
Wow.
Yeah. And the consensus called it an unfunny, cliche-ridden mess.
Ouch. Unfunny, cliche-ridden mess. And then the ultimate sort of kick while you're down moment.
The Razzie nomination.
Exactly. Diane Keaton, the legend, gets nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award, Worst Actress, for playing Daphne Wilder.
The very role that made Mandy Moore see her as a hero, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is. It forces you to ask, okay, if the script was apparently terrible and the movie bombed with critics, why did the experience of making it feel so positive and formative for Moore?
It's easy to be cynical, I guess. Say, oh, well, it's all about box office and reviews in Hollywood.
But this story suggests something else, doesn't it? It suggests that maybe Keaton, at that stage in her career, knew how to compartmentalize.
Right. She could separate the, let's face it, probably bad script, the product, from the process, from the energy and the integrity she brought to the set every single day.
You know, even some of the less scathing reviews back then kind of hinted at that. They'd trash the movie, but say Keaton still brought something. Her unique charm, maybe, finding some humanity in it.
Exactly. She elevated the material, even if it couldn't be saved overall.
So that mentorship, that warmth she showed Mandy Moore, that turned out to be way more valuable, more lasting than any good review or big box office number could ever be.
For Moore, the real success wasn't the film's reception, it was the relationship.
Definitely. And hey, if you're enjoying these kinds of stories, looking beyond the surface of Hollywood success, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do deep dives like this all the time.
And this experience with Moore, it wasn't some random fluke. It actually fits perfectly with, the whole architecture of Diane Keaton's life.
That's a good way to put it, the architecture of her life.
To really get why she was a hero to people like Moore, you have to look at that blueprint. Fierce independence, constant creativity, and just this radical commitment to being, well, herself.
Let's go back a bit. She was born Diane Hall, right, 1946. And her mom, Dorothy Hall, was a big influence.
Yeah, her mom won the Mrs. Los Angeles pageant. Keaton said that sparked her interest in performing, in the theatricality of it all.
And when she started acting professionally in New York, joined the Actors Equity Union, there was already another Diane Hall.
So she had to pick a new name. And she chose her mother's maiden name, Keaton. Which is interesting in itself, right? A nod to her roots, but also stepping into her own identity.
But the real identity creation, the one the world remembers, came later. Annie Hall, 1977.
Oh, absolutely. Oscar-winning role, totally redefined the rom-com. But maybe even more impactful, weirdly enough, was the style.
The clothes. That androgynous menswear thing. The vests, the ties, the baggy pants, the bowler hats.
And the key thing is, that wasn't a costume designer's invention. That was her. Her actual clothes, her personal style.
In 1977, think about it, it was the era of disco, bright colors, tight clothes.
And she walks out in this oversized, rumpled, borrowed from the boys look. It was like a cultural earthquake. Instant global trend. It was fashion as defiance.
Totally. It just screamed, I'm comfortable defining myself, thank you very much. Which is why Mandy Moore shouting out, and her style, come on, makes perfect sense. Yeah. It was all part of that authentic package.
And that authenticity, that personal blueprint, it wasn't just on screen. Her whole life seemed to follow that pattern.
Yeah. Think about her personal life. High-profile relationships, Woody Allen, Warren Beatty, Al Pacino. But she never married.
Famously never married. And she had that great quote about why, saying she felt she would have had to compromise too much.
Which, back then especially, was a pretty radical thing for a woman, let alone a huge movie star, to say out loud. Such honesty.
Absolutely. And then another huge act of self-determination, becoming a mother entirely on her own terms.
Adopting her daughter Dexter in '96. Then her son, Duke, in 2001, she was in her 50s.
Which was almost unheard of for a top-tier working actress at the time.
It really was a statement.
And she talked about how it gave her this purpose she hadn't felt before. Her life just became this masterclass in how you could build this rich, artistic, fulfilling life completely outside the expected boxes.
No wonder younger women saw her as a hero. She showed it was possible.
Exactly. And it's so clear, looking at the tributes after she passed, that Mandy Moore's feelings weren't isolated at all.
No, her voice was just one in this huge, harmonious chorus, really. Everyone seemed to paint a very consistent picture of her character, her mentorship.
And the parallels are striking, especially with her other on-screen daughters, like Kimberly Williams Paisley from Father of the Bride.
Right. Her tribute sounded so similar to Moore's. She thanked Keaton for her kindness, your generosity, your talent, and above all, your laughter.
When two different actresses, decades apart, who played your daughter, say basically the same thing, it suggests that motherly warmth wasn't just an act.
It feels like it was just her, an extension of who she really was, bringing that genuine mentorship to younger people she worked with.
And her peers, her contemporaries, they all seem to echo that.
We saw Bette Midler, her first Wives Club co-star, calling her hilarious, a complete original, and completely genuine. There's that authenticity word again, completely genuine.
And Goldie Hawn, also from First Wives Club, she emphasized how humble Keaton was, said, "There was, and will be, no one like you." That originality, coupled with humility, that's mentor material right there.
Plus the humor. Can't forget the humor.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's story about her lovingly calling him and Martin Short idiots.
Classic. That just sounds like real friendship, doesn't it? That comfortable teasing that comes from years of working together.
But maybe the single thread that tied it all together came from Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, that was a great one. She thanked Keaton for reminding us that authenticity never goes out of fashion.
That just nails it, doesn't it? Her gentle power. She didn't need to shout or be dramatic to have this huge influence. She just needed to be Diane Keaton.
So when you piece it all together, the groundbreaking style, refusing to compromise, the unconventional path to motherhood, and yeah, the kindness she showed on the set of a movie that critics hated.
Her real impact was in the how, not just the what. The process.
Her greatest role, the most influential one, might have just been being herself. Her kindness, her humor, turning a Razzie-worthy film into this cherished, life-changing experience for a young Mandy Moore.
And that's really the core takeaway here, isn't it? Her light was incandescent, just like Moore said. Her power was subtle, gentle. It didn't come from rave reviews or box office billions.
It came from showing generations of women watching her on screen and working alongside her, that just being authentically you is an incredible source of strength, a lasting power.
And, you know, the story of, because I said, so this critically slammed movie, fostering such a deep, meaningful mentorship, it's kind of the perfect metaphor for her whole legacy.
It really is. It just underscores that sometimes the most important stuff happens behind the scenes. Those moments of kindness, of guidance, they often outlast any film review.
You've been listening to The Deep Dive, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in.
And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives that keep the stars shining.